everybody. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday.
Absolutely. So what's going on, Miss Crystal?
Nothing much. I'm excited for today. Wellness Wednesday is my favorite. So
It
excited.
is absolutely mine too, because I learn so much every time we do it. We
I'm so
have
excited.
terrific guests that come on. We have people that are very knowledgeable in what they do. Yeah. So before we get there, though, let's talk to Miss Crystal May.
Oh my goodness.
Tell me about your journey and why we do Wellness Wednesday.
Well, first of all, I'm a natural health and herb specialist and a holistic health coach. And the reason I became this is because years ago I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, an inflammatory bowel disease that basically put me on my deathbed. I was hospitalized. Doctors said they wanted to put me on chemo, do surgery, and all these types of things, be on medication for the rest of my life. And when all this happened, I was around the age of 18. And then I had another flare up around the age of 24. And I had to find another way. I said, I'm too young for this. This cannot be the end. It felt like the end when they were telling me all these things. And so I found my naturopathic doctor. She helped me learn how to change my lifestyle, my diet, gave me really good pharmaceutical grade supplements. And from that point on, my body started to heal. And here I am today, and I'm almost 33, and I'm well and healthy. And you know what? Wealth is health. So,
Hey, I like it.
and that's why we're here to do this, is because, I knew I struggled and I knew there was another way. I found the way. And so after that point on, I learned what I could, and I became a natural health and herb specialist, and I wanted to help more people. And so that's why we do what we do.
You know what? If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. You can have all the money in the world. If you don't have your health, you have nothing.
That's right.
And your health needs to be a priority.
Yes.
And we don't make it a priority a lot of times. We figure, hey, I'm supposed to have these skin lesions, or this is part of aging. And actually it isn't. Or it can be.
It can be, but here's one thing. People say, oh, I always have allergies. We're not meant to have allergies, you guys. We're not meant to be allergic to our own environment. We're not meant to be allergic to our own food. There's an issue if we're allergic. Our body's
So that
rejecting
means
it for
that
a
there is
reason.
something we can do about it that can help you be not allergic anymore.
Right.
And I've been telling people that, and they don't believe me. It's like, you guys, we can help you
Yes.
not have eczema, not have things that goes on with your skin,
Your
things
body
that goes
can-
on with your body. Yes.
Right. Your body can heal itself. And
Yeah.
I have to share this. I know, we didn't want to get all into this yet, baby, but I have to share this testimony because we're talking about it. And my own husband, all his life from the beginning, he could not eat bananas. He could not eat watermelon. He couldn't eat leafy greens, pineapple, strawberries, all these fresh fruits and veggies he could not eat because he would get this itching and his throat would start to swell, and he'd have to go, he'd have to stretch his throat just to be able to swallow. And this is all his life, you guys. And then, we get together, right? And he starts learning and everything. And I start getting him stuff to work on his liver and cleanse his blood and all that kind of stuff, and help him get the enzymes that he needs. And you know what? He's able to eat any fruit and vegetable as of today. He's able to eat all that without that itching and swelling.
He was also allergic to pets.
He was. That's right. He was allergic to cats.
And he is no longer allergic to cats anymore.
Or dogs or anything or any pets. We've gone into.
Guys, I'm telling you. So I'm going to be sending this one out to people to let them know. I'm not just telling you stuff just to tell you stuff. We can actually help you not have these ailments. I promise we can. And if we can't cure you of it, then you can at least get better, not have to carry around EpiPens.
How about just improve your overall health?
Improve it. Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly. Yep. So I've been telling people that. I've been actually trying to let people know there are a lot of things that we can help you guys with that you think that is normal, that it isn't. Or it is normal to you, but it doesn't have to be.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
And, I love doctors. Please don't get me wrong, but they treat the symptom and not the problem.
They don't get to the root. Yeah. We do the root. Yeah. They do the symptoms.
Yeah. 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 I fired a doctor once because she would not
Listen.
heal my daughter. Like she kept treating a symptom of my daughter's, kept treating the symptom. And I fired her. And I called her by her first name. Linda, this ain't working.
Listen, Linda.
No.
Linda, honey, listen.
That was her name, though. Her name was Linda. And I fired her. My daughter was 4 years old. I'm like, no, you keep treating the symptom and not the problem. I'm sick of coming to see you every 10 days. My daughter is not doing well. So we got to the root cause, but she was fired. Trust me. So I didn't play with my kids either. Not just my health, but my kids either. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You have to take control of your own health.
And you got to take control of your children. You guys, they're your responsibility. So you got to figure it out. If something is not working well with your doctor, get another one. And if that ain't working, get another one.
Different opinions are good. Professional opinions. It's good to get multiple.
Yeah. And it wasn't even an opinion thing. I knew something was wrong and she had to fix it. If she didn't fix it, she was out. And she was out. So it's okay to fire your doctor, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's okay.
You need to fire your doctor.
Control. Yeah, you take control of your life. It's all about what's good for you and best for your body. It's not about what anything else. It's about what's best for you and your health and your family.
Yep. And after I got to another doctor and got what needed to be done with my daughter, she's never had to look back on that situation at all, ever. So come on, y'all. You can do it. You have your own health in your own hands, and you got to figure it out. So
that's kind of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Taking your own health in your own hands. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, you have to. I'm going to tell you what. Crystal may have had a debilitating ailment that bothered. I mean, she was on her deathbed. But there are certain things that happen in our lives on a daily basis that we kill ourselves slowly. Yeah. One of them is hypertension. Another one is diabetes. Another one is just things like that. And all that comes with that. So although it's not killing us quickly, it can kill us slowly. And so I'm really encouraging you guys, get your blood checked. Get your blood sugars checked. Get your inflammation checked in your body. Get your insulin checked in your body. That they don't do that unless you ask. There's a lot of insulin in our blood, so get that checked as well. And just keep yourself monitored. So yeah, we just want you to be healthy human beings, because without your health, there is no wealth.
Yeah,
I mean, really. But we're about to start Wellness Wednesday.
All right.
And we have a special guest today. Her name is Nene Jackson. She has regular YouTube videos on a regular basis. I think she does it once or twice a week, and she gives a lot of nuggets of information in there, but she's a transformational coach. So would you please welcome Miss Nene Jackson?
Hey, Nene.
Thank you, ladies, so much for having me on.
Oh, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you.
It's my pleasure.
Yes.
And all the information you all just gave, how we need to take our health into our own hands, because without health, we have no wealth, because we can't go towards what we are
putting. Do what we need to do. I mean, okay, so what if I was wealthy, it can go any place in the world, but I can't get off the bed? What difference does that make?
That part.
I can't go nowhere. So
guys, it's facts. I remember when I was so sick.
Well, there you go.
I could not get out of bed. I couldn't leave the house for even 5 minutes because I have to be in the restroom constantly being sick. I couldn't go to the grocery store. Little things that people don't know, you take it for granted.
Yeah.
When you can't even, now we have delivery and stuff, available, but still if you're not working, you're not making money to pay for delivery. How are you going to do all these things if you're not well?
Yeah. But there are things in your body you can. Actually, Nene, let me tell you about her real quick, you guys. So she and I met at a conference kind of thing. I don't know what you want to call it, but we were there with a bunch of people. Okay, and everybody was up introducing themselves. And I was there with a couple of ladies from my networking group. And so we were sitting there talking and everything. In fact, there were only two white people there. Everybody else was black. Was pretty cool. I liked it. So Nene and I ended up speaking with one another at the end of the event, like 4 hours. We shut down the place. Everybody else was gone. And it was an amazing conversation, obviously. It was an amazing conversation. I think that may have happened, I don't know what month it was, but all I remember is the beginning of the new year. Either I text her Happy New Year or she texts me Happy New Year. However, we reconnected after that and started up more conversations. But this is the thing. Nene's voice was in my head a lot of times. Like the conversations that we were having, things happened after that conversation with me financially that were positive. I mean, just stuff was happening. And I was like, I need to get in contact with that lady because I wanted her to know what had transpired since our conversation. Well, I think she contacted me. However, I let her know how much of a blessing she was to me. And that's how this started.
Mm-hmm.
Because we connect on a weekly basis. There's not a week that goes by we don't talk to one another now. Okay, so one day, Nene said to me, because I'm sitting on my couch like a bump on a log, doing nothing. Nothing. I mean, nothing, y'all. And Nene was like, well, what is your passion? What do you like? You know, I think I told her if I had my life to do all over again, it would be in television, not on front of the camera. You guys, I used to be a camera operator in my church. I used to do executive producing with my church. So I know the behind the scenes a whole lot. But then my pastor and I did interviews in front of the scene for like 7 years at the local TBN show. Totally forgot what, you know, but that is plus my father was in television. I don't think I've ever told you guys that. My father was in television. He literally had a local sitcom in St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, cool. And so I'm not foreign to this, you know, to what we're doing. I'm not foreign to it. I was a floor manager for floor director for our television show at the church. I mean, yeah. So anyway, Nene said, what is your passion? And I said, you know, I don't know. But then I connected with Crystal yet again in my life. And she and I started vibing about what we wanted to do. And this is, so Nene is the reason why KATHEY is doing this.
I love it.
Because I am not, I've told you guys before, this is not what I like. This is not what I hate my voice. I hate the way I look, all that kind of stuff. But,
no negative talk.
But that's just the way it is, though. I'm just telling you, that's how it is. But it's an out of the box, out of the boat situation with me. This is not normal. This is not what I do. I'm normally, you know, behind the scenes directing and, you know, doing what Crystal does, you know, do all the production work. And yeah, so Nene, your voice is in my head.
I'm happy
and I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
It's in your head, and I'm happy it got you up off that couch because you were producing and you were helping so many people with this. And so all it was opening that intention and getting a thought like, what is my passion? What would I like to do in my life? And then once you open that up, you see God started sending like-minded people to you.
Yes.
Linked up and just see how much more and more people keep on falling into place. So sometimes we just need to be prompted to a thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true.
God will do the rest. We plant the seed. That is our job. We plant the seed and let God do the rest because only God knows what each of us need.
And the beautiful thing about it is that I'm prepared. Like I was prepared for years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Miss Nene, please tell us your background. Like I want to know about you. And I've caused her to not talk to me about this because I wanted to keep it for here. So Nene, tell us about yourself.
Okay, so where it all started out from, I worked at the Internal Revenue for 20 years. Mm-hmm. When I got to the 20-year mark, it was like, Lord, what is it? You know, this cannot be my life, you know, like really. And so I started seeking, I started asking, what would I do? What do I want to do? What is my passion? I love running my mouth. So I started a YouTube channel and started just giving my opinions, sharing my thoughts, sharing ideas of things that give me what makes me stuck. and things that I'm doing to help me get unstuck. And so one of the things that I do is journal.
Mm.
I don't know if y'all can really see it, but I created a journal by Nene Jackson.
Awesome.
I created a journal that helps me get unstuck, because a lot of times we can replay that negative talk in our head. Well, you can't do it. You've been working at the Internal Revenue for 20 years. What are you going to do? Ain't nobody going to hire you to speak. What do you just got all this negative talk. Like you, Kathy, like you just said, I don't like my voice. We beat ourselves down and don't even put ourselves up to give us a chance,
But I'm doing it. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm. And most of the time, that's what it takes for us to not so much beat ourselves up.
What got you into being a transformational coach is what I'm saying. Like,
what got me?
Yeah, what caused you to
be a transformational coach is because when you be stuck at a job for 20 years that you're not really happy about,
okay,
when you feel like you have no purpose, you feel like you're just waking up and going through the same old routine, you feel hopeless, pretty much. Yeah. I just started feeling hopeless. And so with that hopeless, went to God and he started identifying why I felt hopeless. I felt alone. I felt rejected. I didn't feel supported. I didn't feel knowledgeable enough. And then one thing led to another. The more you ask, God will give you answers. And then I started getting quotes, affirmations, and scriptures. So instead of using my journal just for journaling the negative thoughts, it actually started journaling life, because the word says, life and death live in your tongue. And so then I started journaling like quotes and things, like for different books that I read. And I realized it started getting me unstuck. So instead of keeping me in those negative things that I can't, or I'm hopeless, or everything else like that, these quotes from books that I was reading, Bible scriptures.
You turned it around then. You turned around then, and you put it into a more functional thing for you then.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's where the transformation came from, because I transferred from all the negative self-talk to actually speaking life into my life. Because in my journal, on the back page, it says every thought create. Every thought literally create. Everything is vibration. So if I'm constantly thinking negative, guess what? I'm going to hold myself back with these negative thoughts. And so instead, this journal would like to help you create positive thoughts to get you moving. So to answer your question, to sum it all up, what made me become a transformational coach is because I wanted to give people what I needed. I needed someone to ask me those questions, to prompt me to think in a different way. I needed people to give me ideas and things like that. And so I took what I needed and I'm making it into something to where it can help others to break those negative thoughts.
That's right. Your thoughts are your reality. What you think becomes your reality. What you speak becomes your reality. So if you're speaking a certain thing, like I don't like, if you have negative self-talk towards your body, or if you're talking bad towards about money, finances, you're going to stay broke, and so you have to change that positive. You have to change it to a positive mindset and speaking positive thoughts or things that, because you don't know like what you're doing. Like when you're saying those things, you feel it, but you got to start speaking it. So you change that. You have to change it.
Yeah. And can I add something to that, Crystal? Because
that's
so true. And here soon we will be, showing some before and after pictures of me. But when I was on the bigger side, I had got all the way up to 200.
Actually, you can go ahead and put those pictures up while she's talking.
Yeah.
So go right on ahead. Keep on talking.
Yes, I was right in this picture. I think I was around 215, 223, but I had got all the way up to 243 pounds. And when I was going through that transition, it's like every kid I had, my digestive issues got worse and I got bigger. And so during that time, my husband would give me gym membership, be willing to go to the track with me, everything to help me get proactive. But in my mind, this ain't gonna come off. All I'm gonna do is keep on getting bigger and on and on and on. It's just my mind was not aligning with what I wanted. And so once everything transpired, and like I said, I even had digestive issues, because like every child I had, my digestive issues got worse. But once I got clear about my intention, like, okay, I'm tired of this, what is going on with my digestion and everything else, went to the doctor. They tried me on all this medicine. And then when they got done, they said they'll give me the medicine with the least side effect. Now, mind you, the least side effects was bad effects, to where you felt the knots in your stomach effect, And so once they said that, I needed to figure it out for myself. And then when I went back to the word of God, and that's why I had to pull up the scripture for you, it's Exodus 23:25. I'm never trying to push my, my God or anything
Oh,
on
no,
either.
say it. Say it.
That's okay.
What helps me.
That's okay.
Mhm. Say
And
it.
so when I was conflicted in my spirit about that, I had to ask God, okay, God, what is it? Why is my body forsaking me? And a scripture had came up to me. It says, and ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of thee.
Amen.
And so my pastor that I was up under at that time kept on always saying, challenge God on his word, because he's a God that he cannot lie. And so I'm like, okay, God, if your word says that it would be healing for me and take away my sickness, why is everything I'm eating bothering me?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when he took it back to the root, and not the symptoms, but the root. I had very bad control issues because it went back to the root even further. But all this was diagnosed. Well, God had to drop it into my spirit once the doctor said that they couldn't do nothing else. And then once I got clear that I was not going to take medicine for the rest of my life with the least side effect, that I wanted to be healthy, happy, and whole. Homeostasis, like y'all promote all the time, balance, not dis-ease in my body, but complete ease in my body. And so once I did that, and he started pointing it out to me, then I actually seen, if I get into an argument, if I get too upset, if I get stuck in my head of feeling hopeless and things like that, then all of a sudden I start feeling these knots in my stomach. I'll start feeling nauseous and that's when he started showing me, be more mindful.
So that sounds like it was a spiritual battle.
Yes.
And not a physical battle. Mm-hmm. And so the Lord is the one that had to reveal to you what was actually happening on the inside, which was you're trying to control what I have control over, Nene. You can't do this, sweetie. I'm God. You're not. So let me do my job. Yeah.
And that is so amazing that you say that, because I actually have the serenity prayer in my journal. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
And the wisdom to know the difference, Father. Absolutely.
He was dropping all that into my system. That's exactly what he showed me, that I was trying to control what he needed to control, and I wasn't focused on what I'm able to control.
Which is nothing, by the way. We're not in control of anything, you guys. We think we are.
Yep.
But we're not.
But we are in control of what we put in our mouth, what we eat.
Oh, yeah.
What we drink. The way we live.
Yes. I was meaning life circumstances.
I know. I just had to add it in there.
Because wait a minute, you guys. So Crystal did it. She does wonderful classes, by the way. Please, please, please. You have got to go. You got to be a part of our membership or subscription program in order to get these nuggets that she has. So I was listening to one of her classes because I'm a student, you guys. Although she and I are business partners and we do what we do, she has her own set of expertise and I have my own set of expertise, and they work well together. But I am a student of Crystal and Dominguez, okay? So I listened to her classes. One time she said it was not a mistake for you. You did not fall on a Big Mac and it did not roll down your throat.
I said that? No, I'm just kidding.
True.
I did say that.
True.
Yep. You didn't just walk down the street and a Big Mac just fall down your throat. Nope. Didn't do that. Just didn't happen.
Didn't just happen.
Can I add something? It's so funny you're talking about a Big Mac, because when I was on the heavier side, I would literally go get 2 double cheeseburgers, a large fry, a large drink, and 2 apple pies, and I would eat all of it in one setting. Mm-hmm. And it's so great that you shared that, because I also have a YouTube channel. Nene Moments on YouTube. And I actually share a video on my 4 steps to weight loss, and us being mindful of what we put in our mouth as one of the steps, because when we are not feeling so good and we doing a negative self-talk and we looking at all the things around us that's missing, we tend to not be mindful of us. So
we use food for comfort. Right. We use food for comfort. That was my issue. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, but you are absolutely correct, because it's a comfort thing. Because when do we usually go to the comfort things? Whenever we don't want to exhaust our minds, When we don't want to put too much thought in I don't feel like cooking right now. I'm just so irritated. Let me go grab this. That's literally what it is. And so, yes, that's so amazing that you say, but we are in control of what we put in our mouth. At any given time, we have to be more mindful of us.
Amen. That's right. That's right. Yes, we do.
Yeah. I agree.
She's been really good at that too. I'm telling you guys, she's so mindful of what she's been eating. She's been doing a good job.
I am. I've been sharing recipes with my core group of people too. Well, if you go on my Facebook page, it's out there too. But I've been giving people some ideas, I believe, and I'm a good cook, so I don't want to negate my cooking because of the way I'm changing my eating habits. Yeah. So Nene, we did mention your journal. I would like to see a little bit about that because you and I have been on this project for a while, and I haven't been able to see the fruition and have it come to fruition yet.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so on this journal page at the top of it, you'll see it has a quote. I am sensitive to my needs and my wants. And that's actually getting you in tune and listening to your body, because your body will tell you what foods are not good for you. Your body will tell you what people are not good for you, because your body responds to everything. Mm-hmm. And then so in the middle, you'll see the affirmation that says, I listen to my intuition. Our intuition gonna make us feel anxious, nervous. It's gonna make us feel so many things when we need to be more mindful about the situation that we are in. And so the quote is just simply just things to make you more mindful. The affirmations is for you to speak life. And where everything comes from for me is the word of God. You know, I got to go back to the word of God because he created me and I need him to tell me what to do with this crazy body of mine, because I got a crazy mind, crazy body, everything else. And so at the bottom of that,
this one or this?
The first one.
Okay.
It's Ephesians 1:17, that the God of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of glory, may give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation and the knowledge of him. And so in his word, it always tell you to seek him. And when you seek him, he will direct your path. And so as long as you stay focused on you, guess what? That intuition gonna be clear, because that Holy Spirit is gonna give you information, gonna guide and direct you. As long as you putting him first, which is centering yourself in alignment. Because if you all out of whack, how can you hear from him?
Let me tell you something. When I have lost weight before, you guys, and I have gained it back, obviously. But when I have lost weight, instead of me praying for everybody else, I put me on the altar every Sunday. I stopped praying for other people because I needed to pray for me. Because this is a real struggle, you guys. This is a real struggle. For people that have never had to lose weight, you don't understand. And for people that have to gain weight, I don't understand. But it's a real struggle. So I had to start praying for myself. I put myself first. Then I would pray for other people if that's where I was led.
That's right. How can you fill other people if your cup isn't full yet? How can you pour over onto them? You have to fill your cup first, and it has to be overflowing to be able to pour onto them.
So I had to have a one-on-one with God, you guys, on a regular. And God put me on 2 fasts. One was on a 30-day fast and one was on a 40-day fast. And they were very in quick succession. And I was on diabetes medicine then. And I think I had migraines really bad then. By the way, I don't have migraines anymore. So I don't have vertigo anymore. That's really important, because there was a time where I wouldn't drive because I thought I'd come home and throw up my guts. But anyway.
And that was recent too, by the way.
It was very recent. It was very recent. Yes. Like I couldn't go from one car to another without getting sick. Yep. It was, and most of the time motion sickness is when you're not driving. Even when I drove, I got motion sickness. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't understand it. What is going on? But anyway, healing the gut healed my everything else, I believe.
Yes.
Whew. Okay, so I didn't even mean to put that in there.
but it needed to be in there.
You guys, you have to understand. Yes. Yes. You have to understand. So when I started putting myself first, it just made when what you just said, Nene, was very important. Putting yourself in the focus. You have to focus in on yourself in order for you to be successful at anything. Focus in on you with your affirmations, with your self affirmations, with your self worth, with your self, girded up and encouraging yourself. I know that sounds silly to some people because it felt silly. It felt silly and it sounds silly to me. I'm like, but yeah, I got to tell myself, girl, you all that in a bag of chips.
You a queen. Tell yourself that every day. I am the queen.
Yeah, I ain't got to that point yet, but.
And see, I wonder if that mindset came from us being brought up. Oh, you need to be humble and not brag and boast and things like that.
Yes, that's exactly.
Pat ourselves on the back and tell us how good that we are doing.
You're right.
We look because we didn't want to seem too, But it's time for that. It's time for that. So our bodies and our spirit can feel that we appreciate them so it can show up for us a little bit more.
And being selfish is not a bad thing. People think that being selfish is a bad thing. It is not. We need to put ourselves first because Crystal Marie Dominguez just said, if we don't put ourselves, we don't have it to give, how are we going to give it if we don't have it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, so Nene, I got $1 million I want to give you.
She's like,
guess who ain't got $1 million to give you? So if I don't have something to give you, how can I give it to you? I can't. Right. So if you're not giving yourself what yourself needs in nutrition, in mindset, in sleeping, all of that stuff that we need to give ourselves, we can't give it to other people.
That's right.
Rest, relaxation. Crystal had something on Facebook today about sitting on the earth for about 20 minutes a day. I am so an indoor girl. But I shared that with my son because he goes and he walks out in nature on a regular basis. We have a place here called Burr Oaks. And he goes and he walks out in nature. And I'm like, man, that is so cool. I think that's great for him. But I have to adapt that so that I can give to other people. So yeah, Nene.
And can I say something? Because this is another thing that I actually I just started, I want to say about a week ago, because I still, everyone still have their emotional ups and downs and things that just trigger them. And so.
Try somebody taking $2,000 away from me and I still got to get my car. Okay. I'm digressing, but go on.
She's okay.
And that's the thing. And when the last couple of weeks, I want to say, when something gets too overwhelming to the point to where I feel the energy through my body and I want to touch something, I go outside barefooted and I get in the grass and I stomp all that negative energy out. And I ask God to release it and to bring me a new perspective, because most of the time if I'm upset it's because I'm thinking my way and not looking your way. So I'm just irritated. And so I asked him to bring a new perspective to it.
That's right.
And so,
say that again. You're thinking your way, but not looking to
the other way or God's way.
Yes.
Right.
Not being mindful of nobody but the way I think at that time.
That's right. So many of us let our ego take control, and we need to let our spirit take control. Ego.
And women have egos too, you guys. Yes. It's not just me.
Ego gets upset. Ego gets offended. Spirit does not get offended. Spirit does not get upset. Spirit goes with the flow. Spirit lives in the now.
Yeah.
Ego lives in the past and the future, worrying about everything.
That part right there.
And or how I'm going to look, or how I'm going to seem, or how I'm going to be, or...
Yeah. Why did they do that to me? Because they shouldn't. They say they love me. Why? Because a lot of the issues that a lot of times that I get in is with family, not really so much understanding my family, wanting them to support me and be there, and then when they don't, it hurts. You think your family's supposed to be 10 toes down, but God, bring it into perspective, because sometimes it's not so much for your friends and family to be there because God want to do something specifically in you.
That's right.
And that he needed to be brought through you, not friends and family. So, stomp that negative energy out. Find a way to get that energy out. And when you said that your son go out into nature, that is it's something about that sun. It's something about that grass. It's something about hearing the chirping. It's something that does it.
Yeah.
And
I
if
love
you
it.
get by some water or a fountain and just hear that water flow, especially if you feeling that negative energy, and let that negative energy just flow with the water and just release.
You know, I learn a lot from my children, from both of them. I really do. I learn a lot from them. And we should be students of our children because they can teach us a lot and not be so high-minded to think that just because I'm your parent, I know everything. My children have taught me so much, and I appreciate them for doing it because just like that one thing, like I hold judgment of no one because of my kids. Like they have taught me that much to not, Mom, you're thinking wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I get it. They do things I've never done in my life. But just because they do it, I'm like, okay, well, he's not a bad person. I know who he is. She's not a bad person. I know who she is. So what if that person does the same thing they're doing? They're not a bad person either.
Right. That's right.
The judgmental seed is so bad. And we don't talk enough about that either. How it brings down a person when you're so judgmental against them in any situation. I don't care what it is. So, yeah. Okay, so something that Nene did. I ain't there yet, Nene, but you do, Crystal, both of you guys do the same thing. You have time in the morning. Tell me your morning routine, Nene. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. I have a morning routine where when I wake up, and I needed a tracker thing because if I didn't track it, I would get overwhelmed because I felt like I didn't do it. But I'll journal. I'll meditate. Let me get it all together. I try to read for 30 minutes. I want to make sure I hit everything. But the reading for 30 minutes is to more educate myself. Let me give you the order in which I go. When I first wake up, I try to lay in the bed just for a few more minutes and thank God for another day. Because I know without him, it could have ended yesterday and on and on and on. So I just lay there for a few minutes and then I say thank you. And then I slide on the floor and I do me a little 15-minute meditation. Just whatever information that God want to bring to me, maybe the dreams that he tried to give me some information at night, or if it's something new that he want to give me to get me started during the day. After I get done with that, I try to get up, do my little 15-minute workout. I'm a certified personal trainer as well, so I'm creating little home workouts. Yes. And so I try to do a little 15-minute workout. Then I take my shower, get dressed for the day, then do my reading while I'm eating and things like that. So those are the things that I try to incorporate. And that's just simply just to give me time before I show up for the world. Because I also have noticed that if I don't give me time, I can still flow through the day, but I'm a little bit more on edge. I'm a little bit more moody.
Say that.
Say that. I don't seem as in order, so I have to give myself that time in first thing in the morning. So thanking God, journaling, meditating, me a 15-minute exercise, and then let the day flow.
Yep.
And I love that both of you guys do this. It's pretty much the same thing. Nene, I didn't tell you, but I don't think I told any of you guys. I started yoga. Well, I did one yoga class on Friday. And I needed it that day because I had gotten really bad information about my car that I had just spent $2,000 on, that I needed a new motor. So I had that person on the line. Had somebody else on the other line in my ear. And then I had the yoga teacher looking at me like, let's get this going. And I'm like, I can't talk to you right now. Got back on the line. Listen. And I had a huge blowout with the car people right before my yoga. And I needed to hear Carla Mason's voice. Calm me down. Relax your brow, relax your ear, just relax your face. Relax. I'm like, let it feel down to your chin and through your chest and out your arms and shake it. I'm like, what in the world is happening to me? Because I needed all of that.
Yes, you did. Yes. Love that.
Oh my goodness.
And can I share something as
Yes.
well? Because yoga is also a very key thing because it helps you unblock all those negative energies that may be blocking the things from flowing through. And so yoga is another thing that I practice as well. But in the root, the chakra, all those different things. So yoga is a very good thing, Kathy, and it's going to help you get more loose and limber, and it's going to let all that energy flow. So pretty soon we ain't gonna ever hear you say that you don't like your voice no more.
Yep.
We ain't gonna hear you say none of that because you're gonna just be loving all over yourself.
She's speaking. Look at all this positive she's speaking on you, Kathy. Look at all this. She's speaking good things.
And you gonna encourage everybody else to love on themselves just like that, because they saying you go from the negative self-talk, and then now they see you loving on yourself, and then they see how bright you shine. Continue to do that, Kathy. Show up and show up. Because that's another thing that I wanted to say to you is that, like you had talked about your vertigo. I mean, your intention, when you set an intention, don't nothing take you off of it. I mean, you have been my accountability partner ever since we've been back in touch. And every now and then it's like, okay, I'm on this, then I'm on that. But once you put your mind to it, don't nothing stops you from your eating. No matter how much I say, well, you gotta give yourself at least one day to cheat. You like, I don't cheat.
Nope.
I need to be like that. So I just love how disciplined you are. When you set an intention, you make it very clear and you stick to it. And I see why your vertigo is gone. I see why all your numbers are doing good, because you are very intentional about your healing, and it shows. So I say thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's amazing. To become more consistent in areas that I'm not consistent in. So thank you.
I want to be that, what do you call it? That example.
You're my guinea pig.
I want to be that example for people, because when you're sick of you, who else can you be sick of? So you got to change stuff.
That's right.
And so I was sick of me being a bump on the log on this. But Nene, it's so reciprocal, because like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, you guys, if it were not for you talking to me, like, so what is your passion? What do you like to do? I don't know. And then Crystal. So I'm telling you right now, you guys. Okay, so I have told you guys on a several basis that Crystal's one day I'm gonna look back and say that Crystal saved my life. Well, Nene, you're in the same boat as that. Okay, so both of you guys, I'm not kidding. This right here is for real. But let me tell you something. It is important to have purpose on a daily basis.
Yes.
My purpose is to talk to everybody that's listening and then some, because this is recorded. So long after Kathy's gone, they can still look up Natural Health Hub on YouTube and hear everything we're saying years after I am no longer on this earth. And if you don't see, hear, or feel anything else from us, you got to feel the passion that we have for each and every one of you guys, because that's what it's about. We want you as healthy. I don't want anybody to have vertigo. Vertigo is, it's debilitating.
Yes, it is. I've actually experienced that before too.
My sister experiences it. Yes, my sister in California.
I used to come home and call Nene. Nene will call me and I'll be like, oh, and she's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I just threw up everything. Like I gotta get out. I had to get out of my car. I couldn't be in my car anymore. And I'm about to go on a road trip. I'm like, okay, I can do this. Before I would have been afraid. Okay, so Nene, how do we reach you, girl?
Okay, the way that you can reach me at perspectivespeaking.com. And when you go to perspectivespeaking.com, you will also be linked to my Facebook page, Perspective Speaking, as well, to where you can find like little videos that I upload. I don't have any of my personal training workout videos on there yet, but I give you, I do share other videos to show you pretty much of little home workouts that you can do, as well as things on yoga. I share things on yoga to help clear your chakras. Also, so through my website, I apologize. Through my website, you'll be linked to my YouTube channel. You'll be also linked to my Facebook page. as well as you'll be able to communicate with me directly. You can send me a message or call me on the phone number that's there, and then we can discuss. You can also go on there, see if you would like a one-on-one to see if there's something that I can talk to you about, encourage you about, motivate you about, and get you unstuck about, because we're just here to sharpen each other so we can become the best versions of ourselves.
I like that. Get unstuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting unstuck. Because we get stuck sometimes.
Yeah. We get
all right, you guys.
A lot of times. Everything that we go through in life, we'll end up getting stuck again, and we'll have to do some more work to get unstuck. So
it's ever evolving, you guys. This is ever evolving. We will never be stagnant if we want to grow. We want to grow. We got to keep it going. So, but yeah, Nene, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yay. Thank you,
Nene.
I knew this 45 minutes was going to fly by. I hate it when that happens.
And I just got to give a shout out to Danielle real quick. I'm sorry. Danielle Underwood, girl, you rock. I see you. I feel you. You were amazing. You help us keep going. When we see the engagement, oh man, hi my beautiful niece. I see you. Okay, I'm sorry, but I just have to give Danielle a shout
That's
out.
Okay. I love it. I love it.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Man, they've been so good. Danielle's been on there today. Aisha's been on there. Yes, a lot of people have been on there today. Yes.
Well, you guys share. We want this to be out. We want it to get out into the world. We need more subscribers. We need people that we just need all of this to go out.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Paige. Awesome. Thank you, Tessa. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Aisha. And who was the other one I saw? What's somebody else's friend on here? I'm trying to pull it up.
I just want to send everyone who tuned in love, kisses, and hugs. My beautiful niece, thank you for tuning in. I just appreciate y'all for letting me have this opportunity.
Thanks for the support, you guys. That's what we need. We need support as good, and we need guys. By the way, you guys, next week we're going to have a Father's Day special for daddies. We're going to we're going to promote and to celebrate fathers, and so they're so underappreciated, I believe, and Crystal love our daddies, and so, and I'm sure Nene does too. That's not what I mean.
Right.
But anyway, but Crystal and I will see you tomorrow, you guys, for the day. So we will do Vibe of the Day. So we will see you guys soon.
Yes, thank you, everyone, and thank you, Nene Jackson, for joining us. We appreciate you, and thank you, everyone else. Thank you. Have a good day.